Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at this brand new set from Lego. So we finally got Chopper as a buildable figure. We've gotten all the other droids. This is set number 75416 and it has 1039 pieces. Very cool. I think he is in scale to the R2-D2 that we got a few months ago. And it looks really nice. I mean, it looks like a really good set. Here on the back you can see he's got a few features as well. So you can make his head jiggle like it did in the show. And then he's also got the detachable arms on the head. And I think this one out here opens up as well. And then you can also have the middle wheel if you want. And then I think he'll pivot forward as if he's in the third leg position. And then he also comes with a minifigure of himself as well and a plaque. So these are always really nice sets. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started on this, and I'll show you what he looks like when he's all finished. So I just want to show you how this mechanism works. It's pretty neat. This is what's going to make his head bobble back and forth. So you got this little knob right here, but you can kind of see how this works. It's just a bunch of little, I don't know what you call it, like sliding mechanisms in there. It doesn't move a lot, but it doesn't have to because it's just got to make his head bobble around. So it's kind of neat. It's fun to build this too. Nice little core going on here. All right, just thought I'd show you what that looks like before it gets all covered up. Here's the plaque that comes with this, so you can see all the stats that are on there. I also love the minifigure of Chopper. He looks really cool. I think this is the first time I've gotten him in any set, because I'm not really buying that many sets anymore. And then on the back, you can see that there is actually some printing on the back of him, which is good. I'm really glad that they did that. I don't know if he normally comes with back printing, but I'm guessing that he probably doesn't. You can see how the back of this is all set up back there. It's a very simple thing. It's one of the last things that you build. And it's also good to see that they're using prints for this and not a sticker. And here is Chopper himself. Oh man, this turned out better than I thought it was going to. I don't know, for some reason I didn't think he was going to look this good. And also he was really fun to build. I don't know, a fun build to put them together. You can see in the middle, when I showed you how the inner workings are for his head, that he's got basically a square core that's inside there, and then you build these side panels that just, snap on there on each side. But it's always cool the way they can make something round like that from a square thing in the middle. It's kind of odd. You can see the detail on his legs, and I'll get a close-up of all of this, the way they did it. There is a few stickers on here. I mean, it's not terribly, it's not a whole bunch of them, but, there is some on here. I guess it's kind of necessary for it. And he's got a few features as well. I like the way they did the detailing on the front of him, because some of it is physical and some of it is stickers. But for instance, right here, they used hot dog pieces for the wiring. I thought that was pretty funny. And I really like this part too. It looks really cool. There's that thing in the middle that I'm not sure what that is, but you can see they did it that way. You can see some stickers going on here, that little square. This is, I think, one of those little compartments where his arm pops out. Then you got his utility arm on the front that you're always used to seeing. And this will actually come out. And then you can kind of pose it as well. So it's got like bendability to it. You can see it comes out like that. You can see what it looks like in behind there. And then you can bend it in the middle. It's got his little claw on there. That's pretty cool. And then also this sticker right here. Now it's two stickers on two different pieces. On the box, they show a little space right in there, but I actually think it's better if you try to push them close together on the edge, and I think that's really how it was meant to be, even though they don't do it that way on the box because of the way the stickers were cut off. But it just looks a lot better if you kind of just match them up and make it one long thing like it should. It's kind of the way it should look. These legs were fun to build. There's quite a few pieces in there, more than you'd expect. I also love this cool looking, I don't know what that is, a neat little detail. He looks like he was all parted together. And he's got these big chunky feet down here. He's also got the stickers to represent the detail in there. And then this wheel, I love that too. It's got the little mud guard on the front. It rolls really nice. And you can remove that and put them in the two-legged version if you want. I'll show you how you do that. Here's some really great detail here on the side. And then I also like the way they did the wires. These are the fishing pole pieces for that. They're on both sides. Here's the back. There's not too much detail back here. I'll show you what this little thing does right here. That's what makes his head bobble. Then here's the other leg, and I like how this one's, the white leg, and they got the gray leg over here. And you can see how they're kind of put together different, like The way this is kind of smoothed off up here, and it looks different over here. So that's really neat how they were able to kind of get that detail right. And I also love that tubing right there. Now on the head here, I do wish maybe there was less studs showing, especially on the top. There's a lot of studs up here. I kind of wish they would have tiled that off just to make it look smoother. I don't know. It looks unfinished to me for some reason. I don't know, but I do wish that they could have maybe gotten rid of that. These arms here are posable as well, and they bend at the elbow. You can bend them at the main section there, and you can pop them off of there if you don't want them. But you can kind of see how that all goes together. But most of the time you see him, he's got those arms sticking out. And then his little antenna up here is also adjustable. You can bend it, and you can also turn it. So you can turn it whichever way you want to make it go. But I like it kind of sticking up straight like it normally looks right there. There is one sticker right there as well. Got the little 3 sections right here. The head does turn. It's got a really smooth mechanism in there, but it's got like that little ratchet thing. You can kind of see how it kind of ratchets like that. But I do like that they have it that way, so it makes it easier to adjust it. I think he's pretty neat. All right, well, let me show you how that cool looking little head bobble thing works. So I showed you earlier how this mechanism works before it got all covered up. So it's just a little simple knob back here. It makes his head kind of raise from one side more on this side more than anything, but it looks cool. Most of the time when you get these droids, their heads turn, and that's pretty much it as far as head features, but I like that they were able to incorporate the little head bobble. So as I mentioned, you can take his middle leg off of here. It just goes on by a simple piece like that. It just goes down in the middle. You can see that grill right here, and then his legs are made so that you can ratchet those. It's got a same ratchet kind of thing like the head. So now you can turn him into the 2-legged version, which is very neat. I don't know. I'm not sure. I like him in the 2-legged version. I don't know. I think I'll probably keep the middle wheel on, but I mean, it's nice. And this does roll very nicely. The only thing I don't like, this is probably my main gripe about it, is that on the bottom here, he's got some weight too. When you pick him up, he's heavy, but there's no wheels on the bottom, and they didn't even put those little sliders, like those dome-shaped pieces on here. That's what they did for the R2-D2 one, and so you can't really kind of slide him around, as he's not really. I don't know. I think they should have done something with that. Maybe I can find some of those pieces and put some on there, at least like 2 per foot. But that's one thing I think they probably should have done to just make that a little bit better. You can see how these, so you can kind of move them forward and back like this. But it's pretty easy to put the wheel back on. You just kind of fasten it back onto that piece, and then you can move his body forward so that he's leaning on that wheel. But yeah, I do wish they would have put the sliders on there. Here's the size comparison to the R2-D2 that came out earlier, which I still absolutely love this R2. I would say they're probably in scale with each other. I don't know. I'm guessing. Now, one of the gripes that people have had, and I have to agree, is that, he's $100 and he was $100 as well. But you're not getting as much with little Chopper here. I'm pretty sure that he's had more pieces than Chopper. I can't remember how many pieces that R2 had. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Chopper should have probably been about $20 cheaper, like $80. So I think that might be something that might keep people from buying the Chopper set. But he is a very popular character. But yeah, I mean, they're great. I love these buildable robots that they come out with, and I think Chopper was probably the next logical one that they should come out with. But yeah, I mean, he's still cool, but $20 cheaper, maybe even $15 would have been better. So there we go, the Lego Chopper set that just came out on May 1st of 2025, part of the line of sets for their May the 4th line of Star Wars sets that just came out. So retails for $100. Thankfully, this is not a Lego exclusive set where you have to go to the Lego store to get it. I got this at Target, which saved me a whole lot of mileage, thank goodness, because the Lego store is pretty far away. But it's a neat set. I do wish that it was a little bit cheaper, and I do wish that he had his little sliders on his feet that would make him slide around a little bit better. But overall, I think it's a pretty cool set. I love these robots. I can't help myself, but when it comes to the robots, I just got to have him. And I like his little head bobble feature too. It's really neat. All right, well, that's it for this video. And if you liked it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I very much appreciate it. And until the next time, I will see you on the next video. So thank you so much for watching and have a good one.